Are you excited to go on the airplane?
Yeah.
Snacks are clutch. Hey, what's up guys? So we made it to Rad Power Bikes in Seattle. Talked to some of the guys in the store, got our test ride going, and right now I'm on the 2018 RadCity model. So as you guys know, I had got the 2017, and I just wanted to kind of talk to you about the differences that I feel riding the bike and comparing the two. So from the 5 to 10 minutes I've been on this bike, I feel a lot more comfortable. The riding position, as they advertise, is more upright. So I feel like I'm sitting up more, and it's a little bit less strain on my back. I can tell for sure. For some reason, the handlebars feel a little bit wider. I don't know if it's just me or what. Yeah, and then also on this bike they have the SR Sun Tour seat post with the seat suspension on there. So that doesn't come with the 2018 model, but it's an add-on, and it definitely makes the ride a lot more comfortable. So for those who are looking to get this bike for commuting purposes, or just in general will be riding this bike a lot, the Sun Tour seat post makes a huge difference, especially going over bumps. Like on my bike, I can feel every single bump on the road, but with the seat post, it feels like there's a shock on the rear. The light is improved, so it has a brighter light. The battery is improved. The magnets, there's a 12 sensor magnet instead of the 6 sensor magnet. So let's find a straightaway and test that out. I'm at a dead stop, and I'm gonna see the responsiveness of the 12 magnet sensor compared to the 6 on the 2017. So let me start pedaling. And yep, it kicks in a little bit quicker, and when I stop, it turns off a tiny bit quicker. So I'm going around 8 miles an hour right now. Let me start to pedal, and I feel it kick in, and then when I stop pedaling, it kicks off a little bit quicker. So I'm on the 19-inch bike, and you can tell that the top tube is a little bit lower, so which makes it easier to stand over. Overall, Rad Power Bikes made improvements in all the right places. Aesthetically, the bikes look similar to the 2017 with just a few changes. Nothing too significant there. On the right, you still got the same shifter, so it shifts exactly the same like the 2017. You got the bell on the left-hand side. The tires are still the Kendas, the 2.3-inch wide tires. Same 12-gauge spokes. And that's really about it for this test ride. I had a blast, and now I'm going to hand it over to my wife. She's going to test ride the Step-Thru and see how that fits her. So she's a little bit smaller. She's 5'4", so we're going to see if that bike, fits her a little bit better than my 2017 RadCity.
Hello everyone, my name is Melissa. I'm Shane's wife. I'm just jumping on the channel to tell you a little bit about my experience riding a Step-Thru RadCity. I've ridden on my husband Shane's RadCity, so obviously the big difference is that his is way too big for me. I'm only 5'4", so it's hard to get on, whereas this one is quite a bit easier to kind of handle. It seems like everything about it is sort of reduced in size, and so there's that initial just feeling of comfort. due to that. It's riding really nicely and smoothly. Right now I'm kind of just going up hills, and you know, that's when you really appreciate an electric bike, because you don't really have to do any work at all. And that's fine with me. So I'm kind of just like going between pedal assist 1 and just using the throttle to get up these steep hills in Seattle. And it's really just a joy. It's just so smooth, so easy. And like I said, for me, for someone my size, being 5'4", kind of small framed, it's just a better fit. The handlebars aren't so far apart, so my shoulders aren't spread wide. Definitely feels more ergonomic. The test ride on this RadCity Step-Thru couldn't be on a nicer day. It's sunny, it's probably about 55 degrees out, which, coming from Connecticut, that feels like a real treat, I have to tell you. So I'm going down a hill now, down the same hill I just came up. So we're just gonna see how quickly we kind of pick up speed. Obviously I'm not gonna need any sort of pedal assist or throttle here. It's picking up speed pretty quickly. I'm braking a little bit, but of course this is a heavier bike, so it's gonna move down hills for sure. Brakes are good. They're a little squeaky. Sure, those could be adjusted pretty easily. We're just heading back now. It's been fun, for sure.
All right, so now I am on the 2018 Red Rover. Everything's pretty much the same controls, same screen, same shifting. The only difference are the tires. I believe they don't come with the fenders. I think these are add-ons. Also, there's no rack in the back. And the main difference, which is what I want to compare against the RadCity, is the motor. So this is the geared motor versus the gearless motor that's on the RadCity. So the gearless is a lot bigger. This geared is a little bit more compact. So what I want to do is, there's this hill here, and I want to compare, just using the throttle, the torque difference between those motors. So I got my button engaged here, and you can tell the 2018s are a little bit different. The design is just a black knob compared to the red knob on the 2017s, which makes it look more aesthetically pleasing. So I'm going to push that in, and let's use the throttle, get us going. Let's see how it takes us up this hill. Wow. All right, we're going up another fairly steep hill. So going up that hill, the geared motor handled it a lot better than the gearless motor that's on the RadCity. And that's due to the gears. You get a lot more torque in there versus the magnet format in the gearless motor. Definitely is a lot more noisy though. If you're looking for something a little bit more quiet, the RadCity is definitely it. If you're looking for something that's has more torque, but you can live with that noise in the rear motor, the Red Rover might be a good option for you. With the geared motor is that there's no regen. So I'm going down that same hill that I went up, and with the RadCity I can tap it just a little bit, have the regen kick in, but not in this case. So I'm using a lot more braking power to stop the bike going down the hill. We had an awesome time at Rad Power Bikes. Our experience was excellent. The test rides were very easy to set up. Before getting to Seattle, we went to the website. There's a section to select the date and time for your test ride. And when we got to the shop, we arrived about 45 to 30 minutes earlier, and they just took us right on in. So all we did was just sign a waiver, and they pulled out the bikes for us, and we were off and going. Here are shots of the store. The layout is very clean and extremely nice. There's a section for each type of bike with, as you can see, screens above the bikes, kind of showing off the bike. Just next door to Rad Power Bikes is this place called Firehouse Coffee, and they have a little kids area. So while I was doing my test ride, my wife and kid was in here playing, having some coffee, and it's literally right next door to Rad Power Bikes. So if you guys got little ones and want to take a test ride and worried about the little one not having anything to do, just go next door to Firehouse Coffee and let your spouse and little one hang out while you do your test ride. After our test ride, we decided to go to the Ballard Locks, which is just down the road from Rad Power Bikes. It's a beautiful area, and it's a lock system that connects the Puget Sound Sea and the Lake Washington and Lake Union. So it's the area where the sea and the fresh water meets, and it allows boat traffic to come in from both ways. In the example that you're going to see, these boats here are coming in from the Puget Sound, and then they enter into the locks, the gates close, and then the water level rises so that the boats can then move off into the lake area, which is higher than sea level. So the locks allow this connection and allow the boats to go between the two bodies of water.
Stand by your lines. The water level is changing. Stand by your lines. You're on the way up. In and tie down your lines.
I don't see a playground, honey. Can you go to it?
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you can stay updated whenever I post something new. Thanks for watching.